This is Wuyishan city, located in the northwest of Fujian Province. It's not only a birthplace of rock tea or oolong tea and world-renowned blood tea, but also a home to world natural and cultural heritage. Just look at these beautiful karst mountains with magnificent limestone peaks. They stand tall and proud, as if giants guarding the secrets of tea making that we are about to explore. Imagine being surrounded by mountains, with peaks that are permanently shrouded in a veil of mist and clouds. Imagine also that the sunlight has penetrated the layers of cloud, and you're enveloped in a warm and soothing glow. Well, this is the environment where the famous Wuyi Rock Tea is nurtured, with the Wuyi Mountains acting as a wall to provide protection from the forces of nature. Tea has been grown here for thousands of years. The origin of every bush in the tea fields here can be traced back to 6 ancient trees, known as the Dahongpao mother trees. They have survived for over 360 years, growing tenaciously in the crevices in the rock face.
这6棵树就叫大红袍。我的一生，我最好的时光，从1986年到06年、7年，这一段是我最好的时光，我的青春献给他。
Wang Shunming is a national inheritor of the Wuyi Rock Tea processing art. Coming from a family with a long tradition of tea growing, he has dedicated over 20 years to caring for the 6 mother trees that are the original source of the Dahongpao tea, the most famous type of Wuyi Rock Tea.
中国乌龙茶发源地，工艺的发源地就在武夷山，是武夷山最早做了这部分发酵的中国乌龙茶。那以后影响到3省：福建、台湾、广东。
The peaks of Wuyi Mountains aren't especially tall, yet they're often shrouded in mist. In the afternoon, the sun penetrates it and caresses the tea bushes with gentle rays of light. The moisture contained in the mist settles on the rocky slopes before trickling down to the roots of the tea plants, consequently enriching them with minerals. This process creates the distinct flavor of Wuyi Rock Tea, known as Yanyun, or rocky rhymes. 岩茶，我听说，因为它里面有这个叫岩谷花香。
对。
到底什么叫岩谷花香啊？
就是武夷岩茶的这生态环境非常好。金山庄精英秀气所中，我们才可以品具岩谷花香之盛。 那盐韵是什么？盐韵就是种植在武夷山的茶树，用乌龙茶工艺制作以后，带给你整个生理的变化、口感的变化，就是味蕾的变化、嗅觉的变化，所以形成了武夷岩茶，口中三变，紫霞留香，全摄神经，润泽回喉。
The taste of Wuyi Rock Tea reflects the feeling you get when you gaze at the Wuyi Mountains. A sense of harmony, and at the same time of something unique. The first time you try Wuyi Rock Tea is an unforgettable experience. Initially, you're struck by the earthy roasted flavor. But very soon, a complex bouquet of flavors takes over. Flowery sweetness, fruity notes, and even the fragrance of almond and white sesame. The precise nature of this celebration of flavors is dependent on the type of tea plant and how the leaves are processed. Only a true master can create tea composed of such a rich palette of flavors. There's only one season a year for picking Wuyi tea leaves, and it falls roughly between April 20 and May 6. It's a very narrow window for gathering the whole year's crop. The city of Wuyi is left virtually deserted, as everyone has headed into the mountains to pick the tea. To the people of Wuyi, gathering and sharing their precious tea leaves is a sacred mission. Liu Bei, who also goes by the name Jasmine, is one of very few female inheritors of the Wuyi Rock Tea processing art. Because of tea, her life took a radical turn. Hey, Jasmine!
Hi, you made it!
I made it. It was a nice trip. Actually, just looking around, I found it so beautiful.
Of course, it's a natural landscape.
You know, I know that you studied abroad and you worked abroad. I'm sure you didn't come back here just for the scenery.
I studied electronic engineering in Sun Yat-sen University, that's in China. And then I went abroad to United States, in Chicago. I studied Master of Science in Law. So none of these subjects relates to tea.
Right.
Yeah. But I was abroad and I found that my friends, they all love tea a lot, but they know a little. They know little about tea. So I want to share this fragrance, I want to share this flavor with them. So that's why I decided that when I come back to China, I have to focus on this tea industry. After returning home from studying abroad, Jasmine worked as a securities analyst. But she soon quit her job to follow in her father's footsteps. Is there any other inspiration that you tap into when it comes to the tea? My father, he's my idol. Not only because of his personalities, also because of his master skills in making tea. So do you think I have an opportunity to meet your father? Of course. I'm doing the tea picking procedure. And then after this process, we'll go back to our factory and we'll go to the next procedure. Okay. Yeah. So I'll show it to my father's. Great. Let's go. Hey. Depending on how it's processed, tea is classified into 6 major types, namely green, yellow, white, black, oolong, and dark. Wuyi Rock Tea, as a special oolong variety, sits between green, non-fermented tea and black, fully fermented tea. The processing involves more than 10 steps, principal among which is the fermentation, which must be done at precisely the right temperature to bring out the complex flavors. Having been inherited and developed over many centuries, the art of processing Wuyi Rock Tea has been listed as part of the nation's intangible cultural heritage.
Liu Guoying, Jasmine's father, is an inheritor of the Wuyi Rock Tea processing art. Having dedicated his life to perfecting the various skills involved in making it, today he is celebrated as one of the most famous tea masters in the region.
岩茶的制作呢有很多工艺，一开始采回来啊是进行萎雕，萎雕完第二道再进入这边做青。那首先的话，我们经过摇青，让茶青碰撞。对对对，像这个茶青碰撞完以后啊，它这个冰云啊，就会开始红冰，慢慢的红进去。红进去的话，中间又是绿的，所以它就形成了半花胶。这道工艺我们做的时间很久，大概平均要做10个小时以上。正常情况下，我们要摇6、7次，让这个茶叶做出香气。
Once the tea leaves are harvested, the artisans set to work, producing the Mao Cha, or semi-processed tea. At this stage, the tea is not yet suitable for consumption. Preparing the green leaves for fermentation is the most critical step at this phase, and is the ultimate test of the artisan's skill.
这道工艺呢，也是我们整个初制里面呢最关键的工艺。 什么时候该摇，摇多少重，都是靠师傅来把握。做到把这个茶叶做的香气最浓郁的时候，就把这个程序结束了，
就才能达到那个果香可以出来。
对。
This is where the magic happens, and I really want to try to see if it's that hard.
你可以试一下看一下哈。
对，我特别想试一下。
这个2个手抓紧，这个拿到1/3位置，然后摇的话要这种动作，加上这个上下的动作。 然后再加上这弧度的动作，然后才摇起来。哦，哇，哦，不能摇出去，没关系，你这个试一下，对，可以再试一下。
Like I need to get the。
好，我再说一下，上下左右4面都要摇，然后再加上这个动作，2个结合起来，它就摇起来了，让它里面转动，有没有看到？它要转动又要跳动，看到没有？ Okay.
Yeah, like it feels like it starts to dance, but it's so hard to make those two movements together.
是，这个动作要学3年。
Wow, it takes like 3 years just to learn that movement.
摇完以后再把它摊开。
Oh, then you spread it on the mat like that.
要很轻，这个叶子不能破损掉。
You know, when it comes to this stage, I think this is really important. This is where the whole magic happens. You know, the whole aroma, complexity, different levels and layers of that smell and taste. That's what's happening right there. When the Mao Cha is ready, the next step in the refining follows. When the tea leaves are roasted. This is another vital stage of the tea processing process. When the fermentation is halted and the desired flavor and aroma established.
哇，这个地方就是我们焙茶的场所，叫做焙间。烘焙过程中呢，里面的木炭啊是放在这底下的，这底下打开。 这里面都是木炭，木炭要把灰盖掉。如果温度不够高，这灰就要薄一点；要温度要太高了，就要加点灰上去。那么它的灰厚度厚掉，那温度就降下来了。
拿灰来就是调整
温度，对。然后茶叶就放在这里面。
The most challenging part at this stage of the operation is adjusting the temperature and the time of the roasting in accordance with the condition of the leaves. This is where the tea master shows his real skill, and there are no fixed formulas. This is also why every batch of tea is unique in its own way.
有时候我们的标准，你定好的标准，你1次烘焙没达到这个标准，你要第2次烘焙，吻合了，那2次就够；如果不吻合了，那第3次再烘焙就一样。
所以最厉害的就是第1次就到了。
对，一次性把它烘焙到位，那是最厉害的。
Okay, so it's like playing golf, you know. You just do it in the first hit, and then you hit the target.
那通过烘焙完以后，我们的茶叶含水量更低，茶叶品质更稳定，然后有些青味啊、杂味啊就被走了， 所以通过烘焙完以后，我们的滋味会更醇厚，才更有岩骨花香。如果没有烘焙的话，它的骨头就少了一点了，就欠缺一点了。所以这也是我们岩茶这个加工过程中一个独特的一个工艺。
Wuyi Rock Tea, with its warm roasted notes, is to tea aficionados what a fine French vintage is to wine lovers. Compared to other varieties of Wuyi Mountains teas, it's still young, but that only means it mesmerizes us with the promise of mysteries yet to be revealed. When not perfecting the tea processing art, Liu Guoying loves to spend time drinking tea with his daughter, Jasmine. It's an opportunity for him to impart some precious knowledge about Wuyi Rock Tea and the culture surrounding it.
水煎特征非常明显。那我们把这个水煎推动这个。
我非常好奇，就是你们就是这么了解茶，每天喝茶，对你们来说是一种习惯，还是生活方式，还是？
我是把它作为一种人生活的一个态度，融入了我们生活当中。这茶叶是贯穿我们生命的一个必备的一个物质。那同时呢，我们也借助这个茶叶来净化自己的精神。
就我们这一代年轻人来讲呢，就是喝茶其实也能很轻松。就是既轻松，然后又能够就是让我们去思考，在冲茶的过程中，包括你泡茶的这个仪式感和你喝茶的这个过程，其实都有一点点像是在帮助你冥想。就是像武夷岩茶，它的内含物质丰富，它的味道表现是多种多样的，所以它会让你在喝这个茶的时候，可以类似我们叫品尝人生百味。
Unlike her more conservative father, Jasmine likes to come up with new ways of presenting tea. For example, using different forms of packaging. To appeal to a younger market, she has recently introduced drip bags. 我知道一杯有自己的一个想法，就是关于这个泡茶，它有个自己的，算是创新或者发明。
挂耳茶。
对对对，您怎么看待它的这种创新？
武夷岩茶的要体现它的一些细微的一些变化，一定要用专门的一个冲泡的一个技艺，包括这个设备，那这样的冲出来的细微的差异才能够感受到。
就从我的角度，就是市场上可能90的人根本不认识岩茶，或者是不知道岩茶味道，那它就不存在说我要往更高或者是更丰富的味道去追求，它其实是需要一个入门的。
它这种方式，我觉得作为岩茶的一个推广来说，那绝对是一种创新，这样能够吸引更多的人喝到武夷岩茶，喝到大红袍。那所以后面我又支持他，这个开发这个挂耳茶。
慢慢从小白就变成老白。
对对对对。
There's a famous saying in the Wuyi Mountains area. As thousands of years have enriched Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, so mountains and rivers have enriched the tea. Tea trees grow quietly on mountain slopes, and peacefulness is the essence of appreciating tea. This characteristic of tea chimes with the emphasis on tranquility in traditional Chinese culture. Huang Shenghui is a tea processor from the Wuyi Mountains. As a child, he spent 6 years at Tianxin Yongle Buddhist Temple, studying under Master Ze Dao.
我早年的时候就跟着哲道法师在这边学习，那在学着学的时候呢，就感觉到哎，在寺庙里心特别宁静，心宁静呢就会琢磨很多的这个关于茶的这种制作啊、烘焙呀，在这种宁静当中成长。
哲道法师，我想向您请教一下，就是在我们这个禅文化里面，茶它扮演一个什么样的角色？
中国的茶这个字，上面一个草，中间一个人，下面一个木，也就是人在草木间，就是天人合一的思想。所以这个茶，这一片树叶，就是天与人之间的一个桥梁。人与人之间的桥梁。比如说，我们在一个人喝茶，我们人呀就特别和悦。如果我们几位啊在一起喝茶，就特别和气。如果我们这个茶再放大一些，让全世界的人都来喝茶，那叫和平。
Tianxin Yongle Buddhist temple was built in the Tang Dynasty over 1,200 years ago. According to historical records, the temple lay in the heart of the Wuyi Rock Tea plantation area, and the original Dahongpao mother tree was located in its yard.
茶到最高的境界，已经用语言无法表达，只能自己去感悟。比如说我在泡茶，我还在茶是茶，我是我。但是呢，喝到一定的程度的时候呢，这个时候你跟茶已经合一了，所以这个茶呢，越喝越冷静，越喝越安静，越喝呢越淡定。
The time he spent at the Buddhist temple has broadened Huang Shenghui's worldview. He decided to introduce new approaches to cultural appreciation and to tea drinking. With this in mind, he began to promote a new tea drinking culture, the Zen tea culture space.
这一走出来，就看到了茶，看到了水，看到了山。
这个层次太美了。
对，这种感觉是什么呢？叫山水茶。那武夷山有句话叫“千载如是道，万古山水茶”。那在这幅画面上体现出来了。因为我们这个家族啊，做了12代茶，300多年，这个代代相传。其实我在庙里做的那些事的同时呢，也在庙里做茶。
那就是禅空间文化，在你看来到底是什么？
我觉得禅的空间文化，它是一种空灵。空灵它是一种干净，它其实是很简的，很简朴啊。然后简朴当中呢，代表有品质的简朴。在这一个空间里面，也许只有一束花，或者是一个茶壶，一个茶器皿。但是这种空灵的感觉，它不是说没有，它是有当中没有，没有当中又有，但是有品质的有，跟有意境的有。它不是你用手跟眼可以捕捉到的。然后你走到一个空间里什么都没有的时候，你会感觉到，哎，这个地方感觉也很美。其实这就是空间的禅的意境。
When we drink Wuyi Rock Tea, what we're tasting isn't just a fragrant beverage. We're also savoring the wisdom and hardworking spirit of the Wuyi people. Contained in a single cup are the centuries-old philosophy of the tea masters and the beauty of the natural environment. As a drink, Wuyi Rock Tea not only quenches the thirst, but also helps the soul to find peace. The Wuyi Mountains are famous for more than just tea. They have featured prominently in Chinese history and culture. During the Southern Song Dynasty, over 900 years ago, the philosopher Zhu Xi taught in the area. He introduced Confucian elements and wrote poetry that have become an integral part of the Wuyi Mountains tea culture. Zuo Jun is a descendant of Zhu Xi and also an inheritor of the Wuyi Rock Tea processing art.
朱熹他的一生呢，以茶悟道，以茶悟儒，以茶喻理。在武夷山50年来，他对茶的一种的，就是由衷的喜好吧，是他一生最大的乐趣。就是很多我们儒家的一些哲理性的问题，他通过茶的滋味来给他表述出来。
As a Neo-Confucian scholar, Zhu Xi viewed tea as a way of understanding Confucianism. He taught that the beauty of tea doesn't lie in its appearance, but rather in its virtues of harmony and frugality. He urged people to enjoy tea in moderation and avoid extravagance and waste.
朱熹把我们武夷茶的内涵概括为中庸之为德。中庸的道理呢，不偏即为中，不义之为庸。中，天下之正道；庸，天下之定理。朱熹呢，把儒家的最高的道德赋能到了武夷茶里面，所以呢，才使我们武夷茶从柴米油盐酱醋茶的武夷茶升华到了精神层面，就是今天所说的琴棋书画诗酒茶。中国是礼仪之邦，有一个礼行天下，那我们茶呢，又称为茶和天下，这也是我们中国儒家的一种礼的传承。
Wuyi Rock Tea, rooted in the Wuyi Mountains, is a unique link between nature and culture. The old tea makers treat tea as a spiritual life force and view the complex processes involved in processing it as a form of reincarnation. The younger tea makers, who also grown up amid the fragrance of Wuyi tea, have a new understanding and perception of it. Among the blue waters and red mountains where Confucianism, Buddhism and Taoism coexist, Wuyi's tea masters continue to follow tradition, maintain their integrity and promote a true appreciation of the delights of tea drinking.